What I'm showing you now is just the simplest form of it. I've tied a little overhand granny knot loop in the top. That's all you need. That's just to help create the hair for putting the bait on. So I'll just snip that short now. So all I've got now is my piece of material, plastic coated 2/3 of the length, and then no coating on the last of it. And I've got a little loop at the end. That's about the right size for it, maybe half a centimetre to a centimetre big. It doesn't matter too much, because all that will be hidden by the bait anyway. So you've got your little loop in the end, get yourself a hook. This is a size 4, suitable for heavy snag fishing around here. If you're fishing for small fish, go for something like a size 8 to start with, and then if you're losing them in the snag, you might want to go bigger and bigger on the hook size until you find something that's not opening out on you, which is a common problem over here in Spain. Right, so the hair length, the hair is what the boilie goes on, and you can have that whatever length you want. We've got a boilie there. I'd aim to put 1 or 2 baits on the hair, and I'd aim to have a gap of say 5 to 8 mil, 5 to 10 mil between the bend of the hook and where the boilie is. So anywhere around there is about perfect. So I'm going to put 2 baits on this, so I'm going to have it a little bit longer, and just a rough guess, roughly about that long. So I'll now trap that in my hand like that, and you'll see that the hook link is hanging down through the eye that direction, and the hair bit is pointing upwards. So basically that's the way around you want it. Always have the hook in its sort of prone position ready to catch like that, so you know you've got it the right way up. And then all we do is we tie a knotless knot, which is simply wrapping the line round the hook. We're going to put this on the website so you can see how to tie it. About 4 or 5 times is normally sufficient, but you can do as many as you want really. Sometimes I'll do it 8 or 10 times if I want to go further up the shank of the hook. So we've gone round a few times, and this is the vital bit, the hook link now. The end of it that you're tying to the swivel must go through the eye, going down, pointing towards the point of the hook.
I can't see that.
Okay? Now what this does is it means that you've got the angle there you're creating is an aggressive angle which forces the line and the hook, it forces the hook point into that prone position. If it was to come out the back, if your line was coming out the back of the hook that way, it would turn the hook the opposite way around, so you're almost making it so you're less likely to catch. But coming through that way, what it does, it causes the hook to turn and grab hold every time. It's simple as that. Okay, so now we've got our rig, and that's the knotless knot. As you can see, the plastic now, we've got about 1 inch or so which is uncoated by the hook. So now we've got our stiff boom section, which kicks off from the lead and means you don't get so many tangles. But also we've got our nice little flexible section, so the hook can turn and catch hold in the carp's mouth. Now we just need to put a couple of boilies on there. First of all, we'll have a standard bottom bait straight out the bag, normal sinking boilie, straight onto a baiting needle, like so, and then straight onto the hair, like so. So we've got one on there, plenty of room for the other one as you can see, and I will pick a floating type. We'll have a, what we put in the other one, have a pink one this time. Same again, straight through the loop, and then pull it onto the hair, and all the hair does is it's just literally to hold the boilies on. And then you get yourself a little piece of grass or stick or a hair stop specially made for it, and that goes through the loop like so, which means that now the boilies can't come off. They're just fixed onto that hair like that. It's basically as simple as you can get, that is. I've got a pop up on the bottom one here and a bottom bait on there, so now we've got a rig that'll, the top one will float and that one will sink. So if we drop that in the water, Okay, now we've got a situation where that's actually, the buoyant one is so buoyant that it's actually lifting the other one up off the bottom. So all I'll do is pinch a little bit of the bait off the floating one. It's nearly there, a little bit off the other side. Until it just sinks. And now we can see it's just starting to sink. And that should be about right now, I reckon. The hook's not quite flat on the bottom there. I like to fish it so the hook's completely flat. Depending on the size of the hook and the size of the pop-up and the size of the bottom bait, obviously it varies. The weights and the densities of the floating things, you have to do a bit of adjustment. So there we go, that's perfect now. The hook's flat on the bottom, we've got the two baits, one bait should be sitting on or just off the bottom and the pop-up's just above it, and so the fish can't see the hook. Hopefully the hook's lying flat, but then as soon as the fish picks that up, you'll see the hook drops into that position with the hook pointing, the point pointing in that aggressive angle, so that when the mouth goes over it, it'll pull it into the carp's mouth like that. Simple as that. Now, to make that more attractive, what I like to do almost every time I cast out now, I will use one of these PVA bags.